Oh, all right. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and nobody's watching yet, and I'm probably not gonna actually save this stream because, um, I am oddly, surprisingly drunk considering I've only had a bit more than one 24-ounce can of beverage, but it's because it's Old English and I never drink that crap and it's going straight to my head. So I'm like, whoa, geez. When I drink Jameson, like I can drink a fucking pint of Jameson and like not get all that fucked up, but apparently it's a little bit weird. So I'm here with Wrath of Controversy
Hell yeah, you are.
and with Satan Satire.
I'm
Um
I'm Prince of Queens male fag hag.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you are.
there's actually a lot of those. And the correct terminology is fag stag.
I
Fag stag. I like
hey
it.
hey, I am currently in denial of being a fag stag. Currently in denial, but I'm drunk, so.
Well, I think you'd have to probably the person that you would have to fight over that it would be Gutenberg. Gutenberg would wanna. Well, he'd say shots fired according to Gutenberg. I
Mm,
think if you
mm.
tried to say that you were my fag stag.
I don't know if I want to fight anyone who has a giant gun named after him, man. I'm not down for that.
But I can have multiple fags stags. I think that's sort of the point of the Wild Horses crew with the
So just have like a herd of fag stags.
yeah the the Spartans. When I first I was like I should have my fans be called or my crew my subscriber base be called my Spartans because Spartans like to have gay sex with each other, and so that would be so maybe we can do something along the lines of that in terms of how we refer to ourselves. Now, you were talking about stand-up careers or something. I need to.
Pseudo stand-up careers.
Yeah.
So like when I was doing hallucinogens and a lot of coke, I used to just randomly just roast people and also talk shit about my own life decisions at the same time. And people found it funny. And one time I was doing it at a club, like a not really like kind of like a comedy club, so like a bar on a normal night. Um, and the bartender's like, "That dude is cut off, but needs to come tomorrow." And I was kind of like, "Nigga, what?" And I was like, "What do you mean I'm cut off?" He's like, "You're cut off, but I will feed you drinks if you do the open mic night." I was like, okay." So do the open mic night, and a few open mic nights later, he has a band. He has a couple of bands playing. I think he had three. Like one, everyone was there to see, and two that were blowing the manager or something. I don't know why they were there. They were fucking terrible. Well, one of them was fucking terrible. The other one's part of the story. So the other one didn't show up. So we had like a 20-minute gap of like, what the fuck do we do? The band isn't here. The one people came to see ain't here. It sounded like you. And he points to me and it sounded like, what? He's like, go talk shit on stage. It's like, hey.
Bet.
And so I went and I talked shit on stage, and I literally I talked shit about the manager. Like people were laughing their asses off. I was talking shit about the manager. I was talking shit about the first band. I was talking shit about the main band not actually coming, and that some gay ass shit like Clay Aiken was gonna be there instead. Because mind you, this is conservative ass Utah in
Oh, this
2009.
was in Utah.
You talk about gay shit showing up, people will laugh at that because that is funny to them. Because to Utahns, gays were funny in 2009. They weren't a real thing. They were like
Yeah.
unicorns. It was a joke you made. It's kind of like, so I met a gay guy and I was like, gays aren't real.
Oh my God,
Everyone's Mormon.
did you see the I think it was Patton Oswald thing where he talked about the worst stand-up gig that he ever had?
um, Probably.
It was pretty funny. He was like he's like, okay, so for you guys to get backstory, in terms of having a bad gig as a stand-up comic, you think that you can't do it. You think that you're sick or something, but you get this adrenaline rush. The second you get backstage, you get a performance adrenaline rush, and you can do your set. You can carry through, and I've done this since then. I've done it several times. It's totally true. You can have the fucking flu and do a set. In the late 90s, there was this one time where it just didn't work out for me. I was supposed to come out and I was supposed to announce the people that were on the set, and then I was supposed to tell a few jokes. I was the host that evening, and I drank like 2 shots of Dayquil, and I get out on stage and I'm not really feeling that good. And the second
You
I
know
get
you're
out,
doing it right when you're counting Dayquil by shots.
yeah. Yeah, and he's like, I get out on stage, and the second I get out there, somebody in the audience was just like, "Faggot,"
Oh,
and he's
man.
like, and then I just almost shit my pants, and I turned around and I waddled off a stage, and that was the worst set of my life. That was the worst set of my life. It cannot get any worse than that. And he was like, and the funny part is, there was at least somebody there who was offended by what happened, who was like, that's really mean that they made fun of that guy. But there was also somebody there who had the best night of their life. He was like, "Oh man, I went to this comedy show, and there was this gay guy came out, and someone called him fucking faggot, and then he retreated. Oh man, it was so good. Man, I would
Some
love
avant-garde shit.
it was so good, man. Man, I would do it myself. I mean, I'd be the faggot. I'd love to get into show business." It was pretty funny.
I started remembering that bit about halfway through you were telling it. I was like, I don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, as soon as you said faggot, my mind was instantly right there, and I remembered that show, and I was like, oh man, I remembered that bit. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
My little foray into comedy, and then directly right.
Otterface. She's in the chat.
Otterface is here, and so is Yobi Access. I don't know how.
We should get Otterface in here. I vote yes.
I'm fine with Otterface. I don't even remember. I've talked to Otterface in the past, but I don't. It was like a long time ago.
Otterface has one of those like atypical British accents, but I approve.
Oops, I sent him the watch link. Where's the fucking faggoty ass fucking hangout link?
Wait a minute, so I gotta ask, and I think we've had this conversation before when I was sober, so I'm sad I don't remember, but is faggot kind of like y'all's nigga?
Well, actually, yeah, that's a good way to say it. And it's funny because I feel like it's gotten to the point where non-niggas can kind of say it. Just in the way that like the vast majority of the way that I hear it being used at this point is like people referring to their friends as kind of a term of endearment. Like I don't hear people actually calling gay guys that they don't like faggots as an insult. Like it's very rare, at least in the circles that I frequent. And when they do say it, it's like if they say it about somebody who's a straight guy, it's usually their friend. So
Right.
yeah, it's like kind of like, oh yeah, he's such a faggot because he always gets scared when he's talking to girls and blah blah blah. It's not really like a homophobic thing exactly. It's hard to say what it is exactly because it is kind of calling him gay, but it's sort of like busting his balls or something. It's not really exactly homophobic. It used to be though, like 10 years ago even, there was a lot of internet fucking culture where it was very clear that these people were actually homophobic. And like all you type of straight guys, like you guys, when people make a gay joke on like a YouTube live stream or something, Or like they joke about a friend being gay, they never get offended. It's just like, oh yeah, that's what we do. And whereas 10 years ago, if somebody made a gay joke about their friend, like somebody would actually get really offended and get awkward, or like maybe you could like hear a pin drop and everybody would be like, whoa, did he really just say that? Did he really call Brian like gay? Because you know that's not cool. Like, and then now nobody cares about it in the same way. Um, and I think it
Well,
just has
most
to.
people don't.
I think it just has to do with the fact that like almost everybody now actually really is friends with at least a few gay guys, whereas like 10 years ago, it was mostly just that 90% of people said that they had a gay friend, but they didn't really actually hang out with them, and it was just sort of like something that they said. Um,
Right.
Well, I mean, when I was younger, I was definitely a bit of a fucking bigot, especially when it came to gays. Like when I was in middle school, and it was pretty much gone by the time I was in high school. Because by the time I was in high school, I was fucking surrounded by them, and I was like, oh, okay, they're just regular people. They just love cocks and pussies. Okay, well, whatever. Like when I was younger, like I was like fucking fags. I fucking hate faggots and fucking cunts and fucking dyke bitches. I don't fucking like them. And then I met some. Oh, okay. Like, yeah. But
Yeah, it's kind of
when I
funny.
was younger, I was definitely I was a fucking asshole about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I grew up in very conservative Utah, so I was a little bigoted against gays at first, and then a strange thing happened. Our Because Mormon as hell Utah, our Catholic neighbors. Yes, that's how I remembered them. The Catholic neighbors. Like I know their last name, and I'm not going to say it, but so the Catholic neighbors. So Papa Catholic comes out as gay, and they get divorced because that doesn't exactly work with the whole like touch and voice thing. Apparently, they're not down with that, even though they touch boys. I don't get it. Whatever, Catholics do their thing. But it comes out as gay, and then his boyfriend, who to this day I have never met a flamer quite like this man. Like, damn, that guy was gay. But he was so like chill and funny and nice and shit that like after that I never really had an issue with gays. And like when the rest of the people around me, because they were all Mormon teenagers just like me, would all be like, "Oh, I fucking hate faggots.
oh,
They're awful."
okay.
And I was kind of like, "Why? Why? They're like super
No,
chill. Like
here's the thing.
this dude sneezed glitter, but he was super chill."
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have long tried to explain to people that there is a definite purpose of that super flamey gay guy who, like, at first you're like, oh my god, this guy is like every bit as he's like some fucking extra from some fucking 90s movie with like Julia Roberts, like My Best Friend's Wedding bullshit, you know, like some shit like that. Like he would be, like just the tackiest gay guy from some 90s movie. But then all of a sudden, you get that guy into a room full of straight people, and he's the funniest motherfucker that you've ever met, and he's really quick-witted, and it's like he's in his element. It's kind of like, watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and there'd be that blonde guy who was actually really fucking funny, and you're like, okay, he's the queeniest out of all of them. He's the most embarrassing, but he's the wittiest. And then you start to have like a different kind of respect for gay guys. Because it's like, okay, this guy and that guy will make fun of himself. Like he will like there was like, oh, this is a good. I went to Idaho this one time for an outdoor rave, and I was probably one of like five gay guys there, and one of them was this like Mexican boy who I guess lived in Idaho, which if you're a gay Mexican boy has to suck living in Idaho because that's not the state, where you're.
No, not even a little bit is it the state you want to be in if you're gay or
And
Mexican.
yeah. And so, no, and then he had like MySpace type hair, where it was like long like bangs and like uh and then it was red. It was like dyed red. And I noticed him because I was like, okay, and like I'm not visibly gay. It's weird. You believe it or not, I don't look like I'm gay. Um,
Oh, dude, I've seen him. He's like Wild Basement Bachelor looking.
yeah, I look like a fucking straight dude that would be in a band, basically, like in some sort of like hipster band or some shit is what I look like. Well, not now. Now I just look like a fucking neckbeard basement dweller because I don't take care of myself. But at the time, no, so fucking
Seriously, you do look like a neckbeard. I mean that coming from a place of semi homo love.
I have no. My beard is like 2.5 inches long of pure neglect. Is what it is right now. It's really terrible.
Someone's
So,
gonna use that. Someone's probably gonna use that against you, like, oh, it's a gay guy, but he looks like a neckbeard, so bye.
Bye, girl.
it's kind of more like where the wild
Bye.
things are. I think actually at the moment is
Yeah,
what
yeah. Where the wild beards are. That is your beard right now.
it's
where-
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I have like the shaped beard and shit, and you have the fucking basement beard, and
It's
I'm the single straight guy, and you're the gay guy.
I'm the fucking daily content creator. Is what we're gonna say. So
It's like we
But-
prefer daily content creator.
yeah. No, so I was at this fucking Idaho thing, and there was I noticed the gay Mexican boy with the like MySpace hair that was red, and I was like, oh, he is the gay guy of the town. Like like for whatever town him and his friends came from, he's the gay guy. And then I started listening to him because most of the people at that rave weren't cool, and I was there for the whole weekend, and I was trying to sleep in this one tent during the day because it was cool in the one tent because it was really big, and I stripped to my to my boxer shorts, and he like stepped over me and he was like, "Ooh, pardon me, naked guy," and but I heard him, and then at one point he was like talking about his hair, and he was all like, I think he was making fun of his female friend's hair, and he's like, oh girl, you need to do something about that. Like, I don't know if there's some water or something. I mean, not like I'm anybody to talk. I look like a Christmas ham with my fucking red hair up in here. And so that was kind of funny. And then the best part was they were passing around a jug of water, like one of those like 2-gallon fucking like grocery store jugs of water, and he was like, oh my god, there's like no alcohol in here at all, it hurts my feelings. And I was like, okay, this kid is actually cool, and he entertains his friends. That's his role in life. That's why he gets to like exist in Idaho as like the faggoty ass like Mexican guy, but everybody's fine with him just because he's really funny. And he makes fun of himself, and there's a place for guys to do that. Like gay guys, a lot of gay guys can get by being nice and being comic relief in that way, and then all their friends defend them, and it's like, no, he's really gay, but if you get to know him, you'll really like him, and then everybody does. But then there's this weird thing that happens where that guy can make kind of like a clown out of himself, and everybody's cool with him. But if a gay guy is in a small town or in a high school or something, an environment that's not welcoming to gay guys, if you don't act like that, and you won't be like that, and especially if you like challenge guys who are homophobic and you tell them to cut it out, you can't get by. Like, it's so I was sort of the more aggressive type. Like, I wouldn't make a fool out of myself just to get lulls or whatever, like when I was in adolescence, high school and college and everything. And I experienced a lot more homophobia because it was kind of like people were threatened by the fact that I wouldn't let people, treat me like a bitch, And so it's complicated in that way is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Someone
not make this awkward.
I think.
I just caught an Onyx on Pokemon Go.
Nice. I haven't played Pokemon Go in forever
Oh
because
no, they put a new update for the second gen, so I've just been like walking around.
don't tell me this shit, Otter. I'm gonna end up getting sucked back into that devil machine.
Oh no, I've caught
Play it.
a Marill. Where are we?
Otter, you're not helping me right now.
A Murkrow.
I made a
a
devil
Lazy
machine
Bar,
for you. Play the devil machine.
and Sentret.
No, I'm not going back to the devil machine. I already
Yes,
recovered
you
from
are.
my WoW addiction.
No, hang on. No, it's the next best thing to actual real life Pokemon. There you go. That's my contribution to this chat.
Mm.
Hell
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm trying to monetize this stream so I can get
I-
50 cents or something.
Hell yeah, 50 Cent.
Woo!
Oh shit, these cunts.
You say you're gonna make like 50 and get rich or die trying and then get shot for it?
I never saw.
Well, apparently 50 Cent got shot.
9
But-
times.
Really?
Bullshit.
That is commitment to not dying to get shot 9 times. Because I mean, I'm gonna be frank with you. After about 5, I'd be like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And yes, I would want that on my headstone.
I've actually been shot twice before.
I mean,
Oh,
I've
wow.
been shot once. I guess I'm not quite. I'm like half as cool as you or some shit.
No,
Is that the word? Is it you're cool if people shoot at you, or you're a bastard if people shoot at you? Because I'm always confused.
I was a dumb criminal kid is what it was.
So the
But,
thug life
Where
chose
did you get shot?
The first time was in the back of my thigh, like in the fat part of my thigh, and the second time was in my ass cheek.
What is up with
Oh.
people and shooting people in the thigh? I don't get it, but that's where I was shot too.
It's the go-to move.
It's like, hey, that dude's being a punk. Shoot him in the thigh. I'll teach him.
Pew, pew.
No,
Pew, pew.
I think just what it is, just because just having
PewDiePie.
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 That's what
PewDiePie
PewDiePie.
shot in the thigh.
That's what PewDiePie.
Yeah.
No, that's what PewDiePie should say to the Wall Street Journal. He said, "You've been PewDiePie."
Shots fired.
The Wall Street
Fuck
Journal
the
is
fucking Wall Street
such
Journal.
cancerous
Oh,
trash.
I saw this tweet before, and it was this guy pretty much saying about like it doesn't matter about taking people out of context or something. Hang on, let me find it.
Oh, jeez.
Hang on a sec.
Oh my god, they're trying to defend that. It doesn't matter if you lie about someone, just as long as you're doing it for, like punching them in the
Clicks.
face and because they're a Nazi, if you take them out of context and you're doing that with your dishonesty, it's totally fine.
It's God's work.
Protect the regressive narrative at all costs. Don't they know? I mean, this is what I said at the end of the video that I just uploaded tonight that you guys haven't watched because you guys have been on stream with me the whole time. What I said at the end is it's like, look, if you are in media, if you're in entertainment or the arts, who the fuck is making all that fucking clicking bullshit noise?
What are you doing, Otter?
Sorry. I'll mute myself. I have a shit computer.
So, if somebody is in media, if they're in the arts, entertainment, or news, and they notice somebody younger and less established than them, and they happen to be upstaging them. Like if you are in media and you notice somebody younger and less established than you upstaging you, the last thing that you should do is try to sabotage their career. That's the dumbest fucking like if this person is younger, if you're some Wall Street Journal dumb motherfucker and Milo Yiannopoulos threatens you, or PewDiePie, who's way bigger than Milo Yiannopoulos, way bigger. Like, I don't know who the fuck these people think that they fucking are. Like, they're like, I write for a fucking legacy. You know, the Wall Street Journal has been around a lot longer than YouTube. Yeah,
It-
good luck with fucking that. Good luck fucking taking on PewDiePie's audience, dumb fuck. Who the fuck do you think you are?
It's probably just the old, old media trying to hold on to like the times and getting smashed by new media, isn't it? Really,
it's the difference between book smarts and street smarts. It's some fucking motherfucker got a fucking degree from fucking Harvard, and they think that they're like, smarter than a self-made entrepreneur that works in tech or something. It's like, no, you're not. Who gives a shit about your stupid Harvard law degree?
Someone made a really good tweet about it, and they said it must be absolutely angry it must make you absolutely angry to spend 30k on a journalism degree and see someone being much more successul than you who had no degree.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I would just
and especially like somebody like
the old media trying to take on somebody like Leafy and have his fans go and do something.
Yeah. So like, and I've seen this shit happen, and this is what I said at the end of my video, is like, you can try to squash somebody's career with your might if you want to, and maybe a few times it'll work. Maybe you will squash a few people's dreams by being a fucking piece of shit to them. Maybe it'll work for a second, but eventually there's going to be some young person who works in your genre of media that's going to fucking beat you in the entertainment drama game. Like, there's going to be somebody who's going to play that drama game, and they're going to beat you. And by the time that happens, everybody's going to know what kind of person you are, and they're going to delight in seeing you fall off your little fucking pedestal that you have defended like a fucking, with tooth and nail. And they're going to see, the bigger they fall, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, and they're going to delight in that because you're a fucker. And they're all going to know it by the time, and no one's going to feel sorry for you. And so if you want to succeed and you want to age well in media, the only thing you can do is try to make friends with and collaborate with the people who are younger and less established than you if they are upstaging you. If somebody's doing better than you, you have to at least give them props, and that's like what you got to do, or you're gonna be cruising for a bruising. And this Wall Street Journal motherfuckers have no idea what they got themselves into. Those three guys they're gonna have no career in a year, and not even because of PewDiePie being all that awesome or his fans, but just because of all of the repercussions that's going to come about by people being like, no, you don't attack somebody with lies that has a gigantic audience. Like, you will be exposed for doing that. Everybody will figure it out. You're dumb.
I think it's been a long time coming as well, because with PewDiePie, it's almost like a ritual. Like, every year there's always something shitting on PewDiePie for how much money he makes. There's always something like, have you heard this guy who plays video games? He's making millions every year. He's a millionaire just for playing the video games. Isn't that silly, you guys? And someone in the chat, by the way, just reminded me, and I have seen this video, by the way, person, Jacksepticeye, who basically does what PewDiePie does, and actually PewDiePie helped him succeed. He actually made a video pretty much, I wouldn't go as far as to say stabbing him in the back, because I think that's a bit too hyperbolic, but he was pretty much saying, you can, despite the context, it's still wrong and all that. It's still bad what he said, like what PewDiePie did. And I want to make a video about it, because it's just like, he was basically saying, pretty much almost defending what Wall Street Journal was saying. In a way, like, and he was saying like, he was saying like, fuck context, fuck this, it's bad anyway, and it's anything that's offensive and hate, and he was talking about hate speech, and it just felt like every SJWE kind of, or every anti-PewDiePie talking point, that was in a video, really.
What I love about this situation more than anything, and I think that we should all love, we need to all give full respect where credit is due to PewDiePie, because he's the flagship of YouTube, and YouTube has been the most trashed fucking cultural phenomenon that is worth so much more than people give us credit for. Like, we work so hard to pump out our videos, and the content that is on YouTube as compared to the fucking blogosphere is so much better. Like, Sargon is 10 million times as smart as any goddamn blogger that he writes about. Like, he fucking takes them all apart piece by piece, and yet I try to fucking, I have like thousands of regressives in my personal network on Facebook. I try to show them YouTube videos, and like more than half of the time they will not watch them, and they say, well, it's on YouTube, it doesn't matter. YouTube videos don't matter. So this is going to be the thing that makes people like largely have to realize that YouTube is a force to be reckoned with, because PewDiePie is, he, like him or not, he is who represents us as YouTubers.
And especially considering YouTube has such, well, I suppose every sort of thing has humble beginnings, but when it comes to YouTube, the early days when PewDiePie was starting, it wasn't quote unquote cool to be like a YouTuber. It wasn't a thing to be like, if you said, oh, I do videos on YouTube back when it was like in the early days, everyone would be like, yeah.
That's exactly, I said exactly that in my video about PewDiePie that I put out tonight. Like, it's like like, and I would have been like that too. Now, granted, when YouTube first came out, I got really obsessed. Like, I made a profile so I could save a video like favorite list, and I had a good like 250 like crazy YouTube videos that I saved, and I would bring that list over to parties and like show people, because I've always been really into the internet ever since the late 90s, and so I was always like, one of my party tricks was that I could show people crazy shit on the internet. And so as soon as YouTube came out, I was into doing that, but at the same time, I never considered being a content creator 10 years ago at all.
I found that thing, by the way, Ben, this is a Polygon article, so, take that for what it is. And it was Ben Kuchera on Twitter, and he said, I wrote a very long thing about why the argument of but context is such utter bullshit. And I put
can we share it?
I put the link in the chat. And
okay.
Context.
By the way, Otterface, are we friends through Matthew C?
I don't know. I can't remember. I have been on a stream with you before, but I think I had to jump off or something. But
okay, well, no, because Matthew C has a friend that sort of sounds like you, who's British, and I thought that maybe, but I think it's just a different person. And Matthew C is a pretty good friend of mine. Do you know who that is?
It sounds familiar. I'll probably, like, if you showed me something. Is he doing videos?
Yeah, he's a trans guy who's in high school, and he's been transitioning for about a year, and he really hates trenders. He makes a lot of response videos to Ashley Mardell. Ashley Mardell is kind of his like least favorite person.
I think I'm subscribed to him. I think so.
Well,
No,
I
recognize the name. I think I do. I've seen a few of his videos, so it might be through that.
As transgenders go, she is one of the worst.
I feel I think the only thing about I was talking about Milo Stewart.
No. Well, okay, he's made a few videos about Milo Stewart too, because how can you not? But Ashley Mardell is I would say Ashley Mardell is particularly irritating because she has a really big audience, and she milks the transgender thing, for what it's worth, and that's annoying. But Ashley Mardell actually seems like a nice person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And doesn't seem completely delusional. Like, I bet if you like talk to her and you weren't on YouTube and like, just like having a conversation about like why being a transgender like hurts some trans people, she would maybe admit that is kind of true, but like she would admit her like reasons and blah blah blah. And like, whereas Milo Stewart is just like, what is wrong with your head? Like, what? Like, who dropped you as a child? Like,
a lot of the people who like people typically do response videos to, I could imagine myself like being friends with them, and like in real life I would recognize we'd have like differences, but I could imagine myself like hanging around with like Milo Stewart or something, like as a friend or whatever. Even like I don't mind Cat Black either. Like but
oh no.
Whoa. That is a bridge too far, madam. No,
Cat Black. But here's no.
Cat Black is almost as bad as Cynthia G.
No,
to be, I
Cat
have
Black
had a,
is the worst. She is
I had,
literally the worst.
I
She's
had a back and
worse
forth
than
with her once.
no. Cat Black is worse than Anita Sarkeesian. Because
Damn.
no,
I've only seen a few videos of her, but like I always try to see like
well, here's
good
the thing.
side of people.
Okay, and that's what you need to stop with Cat. Don't try to see the good side of that cunt, because that's what she's banking on.
The only
No,
person I will never ever be friends with, or I could never even try and be friends with, is Riley J. Dennis.
Yep.
Riley J. Dennis is just like a cult, brainwashed cultist. That's an idiot. Cat Black, though. Cat Black is a fucking conniving piece of lying shit, and she knows she's a liar. She's a fucking, like, I don't even think she's a pathological liar. I think that she's just a fucking lying opportunist, and she does literally everything she can to advance the narrative and protect her own reputation, because she knows that she has a lot to gain from it, because she's a black trans woman, so she has like the ultra oppression points.
Yeah.
And so she figured that out, and she is a cunt. She's the worst. Like, as soon as, okay, one of the things I talk about, and this is one of the things, I have so much to talk about with Cat Black. I'll try to make it brief, but like, honestly,
Yeah.
she's one of the main reasons I started making videos, because as soon as I realized that people like her were saying such shit, I needed to like fire back against the SJW community, because I was like, no, this is fucked up shit. So, Cat Black, there was a period around early 2014, and Cat Black jumped on this bandwagon where SJWs began attacking the gay male community, and they decided that that it wasn't enough to just attack straight men all the time; they needed to attack gay men too. And yeah, and
You're not
what?
oppressed anymore. You're not oppressed anymore, according to
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah, and Cat Black was more than happy to jump on that bandwagon for whatever fucked up reason. I think that, she must. Well, from what I know about people that actually know her as a person, generally everybody hates her. Like, she was a member of numerous transgender women groups, and she kept
everyone
getting,
hated her.
she kept getting banned from them because she was a cunt. Like, nobody,
Okay, then.
yeah, like,
I believe.
nobody liked her. They thought that she thought she was all that, and that she was like, like, she thought her shit didn't stink, and everybody hated her. And so I imagine she had the same experience with gay men, is what I can only imagine. And she made a video. Okay, so there was an article that came out on Jezebel that was written by a gay man that basically tried. This guy is a traitor. If I ever met this guy, I would sock him in the fucking jaw. I would beat the shit out of this fucking queen, because he wrote this article that was basically trying to portray the gay male community as like the worst misogynists in the world, and saying that like gay men all hate women, and that like he's like, I had to stop bringing my female friends to gay male parties because of how horrible gay men are to them. And I'm like, what gay guys are you hanging out with? It's so not true. Like, all the gay guys I know, mostly, like, aside from gay male friends, they have female friends. Like, it's not like they're hanging out with only straight guys and gay guys. Like, they, like, that's just not true. Gay guys like women. Like, that's stupid. What are you talking about? And they made up these lies, like, supposedly gay men frequently give women unsolicited advice about their appearance, and that's misogynist, which is like, okay, maybe that happens sometimes, but that's not misogynist. And for the record, women do that too to men all the time. They give them advice about their appearance that's not necessarily asked for. And then they were trying to say that gay men are all misogynists because they call each other bitches and cunts as an insult, which is, again, that's fucking stupid. It's like, no, gay men call each other bitches and cunts because of camaraderie. Like, it's like, like,
It's the same way they'll sit there and call each other assholes or dick or prick or something else. It isn't goddamn-centric, whatever.
If it was
it's just that we insult each other.
If it was a straight guy, they'd call him a dick or an asshole. But if it's a gay guy, they'd call him a cunt or a bitch. And that's one of the ways that you're signifying to other gay guys that it's a gay guy and he's kind of like family. And then that's why you call him a bitch or a cunt. And that's the same reason why gay guys call each other she a lot, instead of saying he. It's like they're trying to signify this is a gay guy, he's one of us. And that's just how gay guys talk. But then this is where it got weird in the article, and this is what Cat Black took and ran with. They said that frequently, gay men touch women's bodies, and they do so without asking. They say, "Oh, I can grab your boobs because I'm gay." Ha 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 ha. And
I saw you freak out on a stream about that article. That was
well, it's
damn.
really fucked up. And Cognitive Thought and I are doing a 2-part video response to it because it's so fucked up. Like, if you actually really watch her video about it, because okay, so like first of all, they created this myth on Jezebel, the blog, where gay men are frequently touching women's bodies without their consent, and that's not cool. Blah blah blah. Which, like, maybe that sometimes happens
if they're friends.
Yeah, if they're friends, but like really more so, 99 times out of 100 times, it's the reverse. It's that women are touching gay men without our consent. That happens all the time. Wrath, you saw what I used to look like. You saw how cute I was.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even. I would consider hitting that.
The thing, well, and the thing with like girls as well, like the idea of like the gay best friend is like the ultimate accessory. It's like you've got to have the gay best friend in order to be cool in the circle. Because I know plenty of women who say like, oh, I have the gay best friend, and
it's objectifying. It's objectifying by itself.
It's not just objectifying. It's as it is, but like it's dehumanizing as well, because I see that it just reduces to. It's like when people say trophy wives.
Exactly.
Like that.
No, you're
the trophy gay.
Right. You're exactly right. And they also touch us. They also fucking slap our asses and grab our arms, like, oh, you have nice muscles, like all the time, constantly, and it annoys us. But we also don't really care. It's also like, oh yeah, that's what girls do. We don't care. But they, like so many things from feminists, they tried to like pull the exact reverse of reality. Like females trying to say that men have male privilege. That's the exact reverse of reality. Sure, there are some instances in life where it's better to be a man than a woman, but in terms of privileges, there's literally basically no privileges, like actual hiring quotas and stuff. That's an actual privilege. Those don't exist for men. They do exist for women. So in this same way, they tried to say that like that basically like the things that happen to gay men from straight women, like which happen all the time, like being touched, they tried to say that happens to straight women from gay men, which is like the exact reverse of what is true. And then Cat Black tried to make a video saying that not just do gay men sometimes touch women without their consent, blah blah blah. She tried to say that it was sexual assault, and that gay men are frequently sexually assaulting women. And
I saw that Cat Black video. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that it's like some big problem or something. And then she's trying to she played all the sad music while she was talking about it and saying that like women have been frequently sexually assaulted, and when they complain about it, nobody believes them because it's gay men. And then she's trying to say that like that sexual assault, she's like trying to say why this is believable even though it's obviously not believable. And she's trying to say that it's because sexual assault has nothing to do with sex at all. Nobody ever sexually assaults anybody because they're horny. No. It has to do with power. So gay men are just trying to exert patriarchal power over women. So they're constantly grabbing women's boobies and slapping women's asses just to exert power, which is like, it's just not true. But then the fucked up thing is that feminists actually believe it, because there's all these young feminists who are like hysterical based on all the like rape culture bullshit. And so there's all these young women who are commenting in her comment section being like, it's so true, gay guys touch me all the time. And it's like, no, you're lying. I know you're lying. I've been taking women to gay bars for like 20 years, and I've never heard a complaint about this. This is a lie. And
Prince, real quick.
Let me just finish.
Yeah. Sorry.
Real quick. So I engaged Kat. I found that video and I went on her Facebook fan page, and I was like, hey, Kat, why do you hate gay guys so much? What's the deal? Like, what's your problem? And she started, and she immediately like started being conniving and like trying to worm around what I was saying. And we ended up getting an argument about it, about this issue about, gay men supposedly sexually assaulting women. She tried to frame me. This cunt tried to fucking frame me. And I will share with you right now, she took an out of context screen capture of one post that I said, and then completely lied about what I was saying. And I'll show you it. And in order to try to get her fans to attack me. And she basically, and she totally revealed my name. She was trying to bail herself out of losing an argument, because I annihilated her in this argument. Like, I was like, you dumb cunt. Like, I am not scared of you. And yeah, I'll show you exactly what she said about me. It was fucked up shit. And then I started looking, and she did that kind of thing all the time. She would lie. She would take somebody's
argument.
Yeah, she would take somebody's argument blatantly out of context and lie about what they were saying very blatantly and use their name. Sometimes she would show pictures of their actual, sometimes she would release their employer in the same picture. And it was something that she was doing at least once a week to people that would argue with her. And then she would go on Twitter or make YouTube videos, and she would just lie even further. She would, like, I saw her make a video where she was like, I just want everybody to know that I more than welcome disagreements. If you
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh.
she would make a video where she would be like, I just want everybody to know that I'm, like, she knows she's lying. Like, blatantly.
She was made people to respond to her, basically.
She was like, I just want everyone to know that I more than welcome disagreements. And if you ever disagree with me about something, you should tell me, because anybody who's a content creator who doesn't welcome disagreements is really weak in my book. And I would never try to discourage somebody from disagreeing with me, or would I ever try to silence somebody. I think that that's absolutely wrong. I think that that's completely immoral. And it was like, and I'm going to screen share with what she did with me right now, because this fucking cunt.
Oh, right.
Like,
okay.
let me screen share, because it's so fucked up what she did right here. Because not only did she totally smear me and use my name, but she even went so far as to black out other people's names so they weren't involved. So she was obviously doing it on purpose just to smear me. Look, okay, so can you see this kind of wait, shit. So okay, so can you guys see this?
Not really. Hang on.
Almost.
Right. Yeah. Can you find?
Okay. Can you?
I like the comment. As a female, you really need to check yourself before you try to talk for game.
Oh yeah. So this came from July 4th. This was right before I really started making videos. So Kat says about me, according to this gay man, gay men cannot assault women, and the more we talk about it, the more they will assault women. Which obviously, if I were saying that, I would be a total fucking psychopath.
To be fair, she probably knows more about gay men than you. You know what I mean? Like, what do you know? Right?
Yeah, what do I know? No, and this comment thread, this picture that she shared came about. We had already we had already each posted about 40 comments before this actually happened. So what is she talking about? Let's read her comment and my comments in relation to what we were talking about to see if it even matches up. So we were talking. She says, this video was encouraging conversations that would hopefully encourage social change. Not about getting, okay, I'm just going to sub it. I was telling her at this point that when she was saying that gay men are sexually assaulting women, that it, like, what does she want to happen? That there's going to be police coming to gay bars? And she was like, well, and I was like, because women touch gay men all the time. And she was like, well, maybe they should report it to the police if they are doing that. And I was like, well, but I don't want that to happen. But is that what you want to happen? Do you want gay bars to become a police state? Do you want people to freak out every time somebody, like, slap somebody on the ass at a gay bar? Because personally, I don't think that sounds like any fun. I think that sounds fucking lame. So that's kind of where we were at this point in the conversation. So she says this video was encouraging conversations that would hopefully encourage social change, not about getting people arrested or hating gay men. Why do you genuinely believe that gay men are incapable of doing shitty things to other people? That is such a bizarre notion. Oh, I'm sure that's what I was saying. And then she scribbles out somebody else's name, like, for whatever fucking reason. But she doesn't scribble out my name. That's my real name, Sam fucking Kale. So first I respond to some other person who had been saying some other shit. It's not defensive to point out the obvious. It's not sexual harassment if the person is not sexually attracted to them. If it was sexual, it wasn't a gay guy who was doing it. Straight guys can go into gay bars too. That's not a bad thing to say, right?
No. You don't realize, like, it's like when straight people are trying to get into a gay bar, like the second they come in, it's like demons trying to go into churches. They just fizzle into smoke and they have to walk away. That's what happens. It's impossible for straight guys to go into gay bars. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and what I said, and like what I'm saying is that it's like, like they keep framing it as sexual assault, and I'm saying it's not sexual harassment if the person is not sexually attracted to him. If it was sexual, it wasn't a gay guy who was doing it. Straight guys can go into gay bars too. So this is where she thinks she's got me, because in her little feminist, like, alternate reality, every time anybody ever, like, if a straight guy gropes a woman at a bar, that's not about sex to that straight guy. According to her, it's about power. And that's because that's what feminists actually think. They don't understand that there's actually horny men out there who grope women because they want to masturbate about it later. They can't contemplate that. They don't understand. So what she says is, wow, but sexual assault is not about sexual attraction. So women should accept being groped because the men who groped them didn't get anything out of it, honestly, which is like, it's like, what are you even talking about? Like, that's obviously just your own little delusion. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So this is what I say. I'll read it out loud. Gay men can do shitty things to people, but it is not, quote unquote, sexual assault if the act wasn't sexual. Women do not deserve to be a protected class against gay men. If you encourage this kind of insane hypersensitivity from women towards even gay men, their natural allies, what do you think will be the result? Oh yeah, gay men will actually start hating women for being uptight psychos who invent completely damaging double standards, wanting to go into gay bars, touch all the boys, and then get to brag to all of their feminist friends that they have experienced such horrible misogyny from gay men. If you act like that, you will be shown the door. Trust me, a lot of gay bars are starting to have tougher restrictions on women being around because of the exact problems of feminists causing problems like these. A bisexual guy I know who was a bartender at a bar I go to just got fired for having his girlfriend come around too much. Gay men are getting tired of it. Most of them haven't experienced much feminist abuse, but they won't stand for it once it happens to them. They have no reason to. If feminists want to turn on the gay male community, they can expect to be turned on right back. I wish it wouldn't happen, but the feminists started it. So, I'm sorry, was that not kind of a brilliant reply of mine?
Yeah,
Like,
it's understandable.
I absolutely 110% agree with what I just said.
Mhm.
And then what she said about me, let's read again. According to this gay men cannot assault women, and the more we talk about it, the more they will assault women. Is that anything related to what I just said?
It's a straw
No.
crow.
It is like the most delusional. She knows she's lying about me. And she's trusting that her fucking idiot fans won't actually read what I said. And like and she went above and beyond to scratch out this person's name for whatever reason and leave my name in it. And then she went above and beyond to make videos talking about how she would never discourage somebody from disagreeing with her. This bitch is a cunt. And if I ever met her in person, I would rip her weave out, stomp her, and run away, hoping that I would never do anything like that. No,
It should say on thing, according to this gay man, if you demonize gay men for absolutely no reason, they will get pissed off.
Yeah, that's exactly what exactly what it really should have said.
Really quick, someone, elephant in the room on Twitter tagged us both in this thing, and it's Jacksepticeye actually talked about his video, and he's saying, really regret my video from yesterday. A lot of people have been opening my eyes on the topic and made me realize how naive I was. Public pressure got to me, and I was misguided and not very supportive of a good friend in their time of need. I knew it. I remember Datno Fact on Twitter. I said to him, he sounds like someone when I was watching the video. He sounded like someone who was making a video, and there was a guy behind the camera with a gun, like saying, "Say this now," and that's pretty much how it was. That's pretty much what he's saying anyway. That like someone public pressure to present himself as this like squeaky clean person caused him to turn on someone who made him who he was. Which
I think that we know that a lot of money was put into smearing PewDiePie. Because they came out with like dozens and dozens of articles in one day, and that takes a lot of money to do. So they obviously paid this guy. They paid him a few $1,000s at least to smear his friend.
Right. Like, I just. It really makes me sad that this is the state of
They should have. I'm sorry. They should have learned after Gamergate that like if you try to coordinate a gigantic media conspiracy, it does not end well in your favor. They should have learned that by now.
I just see this whole situation as like old man yells at young people. Really.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this really is kind of the old guard media, like the Wall Street Journal and shit, being just like, you know, to all the crazy kids, which are the internet media, so us, being like, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
You know, like, this ain't your lawn anymore, old man.
You goddamn whippersnappers.
Like, that's what's going on. It's like he's telling us to get off his lawn, not realizing that we're not on his lawn.
Yeah, because like if you
new media.
Yeah, because if you look at it, this whole, well, if you could call it a phenomenon, this isn't new. This happens nearly every decade. The old media is there at the start. They're like the new media, and then they grow old, and then the new media comes on. There's a clash. The new media wins, and so on and so forth. Maybe there'll be a point where PewDiePie might be the old media and all that.
There will be.
But like this is.
But hopefully he won't be a dick. And you guys, it's not the old man saying get off my lawn. It's the old man saying to the kids that are playing ball in the street, get off the street in front of my house. Why? You don't have any control over what we do in the street in front of your house. It's not your property, asshole. And he's like, well, sometimes the ball goes into my lawn, and it's like, well, fine, we'll get it out of your lawn. Well, I don't want you in my lawn, and he's like arguing about that shit. That's what this is.
It's also like an old person going, back in my day, we didn't have these fancy smancy phones. We used to go in the street and kick a hoop down the road with a stick.
Yeah.
Or
No, no, it
hit
is.
a road, hit a hoop with a stick.
Yeah, it's fucking these Wall Street Journal and these fucking cucks. They had to get 3 of them to do this shit. They were proud about it. Like they fucking were proud that they had to like fucking scour the internet and find offensive shit from PewDiePie. Like
The funny thing about the one where it's PewDiePie sitting in front watching a Nazi thing, it was perfect because in that video he is taking the piss out of people who take him out of context.
yeah.
And taking the piss out of media to do that. So it's even more beautiful. It's like, you couldn't think of a better thing to do than to get an actual journalist not taking the thing out of context that you were intentionally wanting them to take out of context. In a sense.
Oh my god,
it's beautiful.
I had microcosms of moments with this. Like I was a part of this like horrible online community that was like, it was supposed to be a gay guy community, but it got taken over by intersectional feminists. Like women who decided that gay guys didn't deserve to have their own spaces, and then some trans people that were like, we need to be included too, and they started accusing me of threatening people, like, which was just not true. Like it was just not true at all. Like they were like twisting around my words to make it like vaguely sound like and they were lying about me. Like it was just obvious, kind of like in the way with PewDiePie, where it's just like, no, you're lying. Like you're lying. And so I made a joke out of it, and in the same way that he did. He knew he was kind of just egging them on just to see if they would even react, and he got 10 times as much reaction as he actually anticipated. I said to this one feminist, I said, hey, if you keep lying about me, I'm gonna come for you. And then I said ... And when I say come for you, what I really mean is that I'm going to find you on the internet when you're lying about me, and I'm going to correct your lies, and I'm going to tell everybody that you're a goddamn liar and that they need to stop paying attention to you. All right? Sounds reasonable enough. That bitch took a screen capture of that and started spreading it around saying, he threatened me again! And it was like, oh my god. And it's like, do you think this works out well for you in your favor? Like, do you think people can't read what you're like? How dumb are you?
Prince, listen and believe. Listen and believe.
Yeah.
You gotta listen and believe.
Well, and it's like what you just saw with Kat Block's thing, where she took a screen capture of what I said, and like it was very clearly not what she said about me. She included text about me that was a lie, and she included the truth, and anybody who actually bothered to read it could tell that's not at all what I was saying.
Well, I look at that. I don't see it necessarily out of context. I just see her like posting a really good response to her from you. Because when he said it, I thought like, oh, is he gonna did he did she get a little thing out of that? But like, I don't know why she posted that, because you made a very good point.
Yeah,
she didn't even take you out of context. Because I was looking at what you presented, and I'm like, where's he taking him out of context? Where's he taking him out of context?
I know. Isn't it pretty amazing that was the most incriminating post of mine that she could find?
I was actually gonna. I was gonna say before. I was like, I was gonna say, Prince, where is she taking you out of context? Where?
I think that one of the lines. I think that like I said, if somebody touched a woman, no, it was just, it didn't make any sense. Like people really had to listen and believe in that shit, like, because it was just not like, I was just so obviously me being right, and I got threats over that. Like random guys I didn't know were sending me threats over that shit. I would love it if they tried something on me at this point. I will pull out my collapsible baton and I will break the shit out of their forearm. Fuck those guys.
You should have used the thing again. You should have used the furnace way of doing it. Just make a video saying, guys, I've been sent the mean tweets. Here's my Patreon. Please send me for my well-being. Oh, really quick about Cat Black, because I had a back and forth once with her, and it was about the one what you said before, where she's saying like, unlike these people, I actually have debates with people, or I have the and all that, and I was, I was saying like, if you're got I'm trying to remember what she said, but it was something like I'm not gonna listen to people who debate my humanity or whatever, but the difference between me and them is that I actually talk to people I disagree with. And then
Yeah,
I
oh,
said,
she's a liar.
and then
She's
I
a
said,
liar.
I said to her, like, you literally just said that you won't listen to you literally just said that you won't listen to people who disagree with you, and in the same breath you then say, oh, I listen to all people who disagree with me. And then we had a big back and forth, and I was saying like, if I don't mind talking to you. I go like a back and forth with you, like on a live stream or whatever. I don't mind talking to you. I disagree with a lot of what you're saying, and I'll whatever, and we can set up a time or whatever. I didn't care, and basically she was saying like, I don't want to be on a hangout where I have to debate my humanity. I was like, I know that you're a human being. I know transgender people are human beings. I'm well aware of that. And so I didn't know where you got that from. Okay, but and then I said to her, show me the YouTubers. Show me the YouTubers that are saying Cat Black is not a human or transgender people are not human beings. Show me that, and if you show me that, I will go over to people and say, hey, don't ever say that's wrong. You can't say that. You can't say that transgender people aren't human, because they are. And she didn't say. She kept saying, oh, it's obvious. Oh, come on, you know who I'm talking about. And I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. Tell me who you're talking about. Because if there's a big anti-SJW YouTuber or anti-feminist YouTuber, if there's someone like that talking that way, like that horrible way about transgender people, I want to know that, because
I want you to know. I want you to know. Even just that week, okay, because you have to not underestimate how well connected I am in terms of my real identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was in bands and shit. I had two different bands when I was living in San Francisco. One of them, my bandmate was a black drag queen. The other band, I had 4 people in it, and one of them was a black lesbian. So I do not, it's not like I don't have SJW cred under my belt, because I do. And so I caused a fuss because people were sending me threats and shit. And Cat Black had written an article a few months before that where she tried to call RuPaul anti-black and try to talk shit about RuPaul's show, saying that like RuPaul didn't like the black drag queens on his show and shit, which is just not true. Like, it's just not true, like, at all. RuPaul's black, and RuPaul has done a lot for black drag queens, and it's just not true. And
it's the exact same. It's the exact same as like some idiot saying that's anti-white. You know, like the really out there ones.
Yeah. Well, no, but it was even worse because it was very clear that Cat Black hadn't even really watched RuPaul's show very much, and there was like a black trans woman who made a whole response being like, "Fuck you, Cat Black. I have a lot of respect for RuPaul. How dare you say this?" And RuPaul apparently didn't hear about that, but I made sure that people heard, about Cat Black smearing me, because I posted it in all sorts of groups and shit, and within a week, I don't know how this happened, and I don't completely know if this has something to do with her trying to come for me, but within a week, RuPaul blocked Cat Black on Twitter, and she had written that article months before her coming for me. And I can only think that some gay guy that happens to be connected to RuPaul saw Cat Black and then saw what I was talking about, where she's trying to say that gay men sexually assault women, and was like, fuck this shit. And then they found the article about RuPaul, and they told RuPaul, and RuPaul was like, fuck this bitch. Because Cat Black posted on Twitter, I can't believe RuPaul blocked me. And yeah, so it's awesome because now everybody hates Cat Black. They know her for the evil bitch that she is. And she's not going to have a career as a blogger and everything very soon, because nobody's going to hire these people very soon. And one of the only things that she could have potentially had in the future would be a career in LGBT media, especially with somebody like RuPaul, who's black, because they have that connection as black people. But RuPaul hates her. And if RuPaul hates somebody in the LGBT community, that person does not have a career because RuPaul is the queen.
They're done.
Yeah.
Quickly
real
going back
quick.
to the cat black thing. Eventually, we kept going back and forth. She had a few people. Well, not, she didn't like throw anyone on me, but like there was some people who were saying like, "Oh, come on, you know what who we're talking about and all that." And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, "Can you show me? I would love to show me." And eventually, with this other person and Cat Black, eventually it just got down to "fuck you, pay me." Like literally, and then when it came to like hangouts, she said, I will not do a hangout. Basically, I will not do a hangout for free. That's she put a price on her live stream, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's the end of that then. I have a feeling you're gonna outprice me.
Irate Bear's watching. Sorry.
Oh, Irate Bear is watching.
Fuck Irate Bear, piece of shit. I have a nicer voice than him.
I'm gonna try to get him to come in.
Why are you hating on Irate Bear? I was gonna ask you if I could bring Liz Reptile in.
Oh yeah, she's fine.
I'm gonna try and go to sleep, but if Irate Bear is gonna come in the chat, then I'm gonna give him some shit.
He started watching 28 minutes ago, so I don't know if he's actually still watching. Irate Bear.
Message him anyway.
Irate Bear, I sent you the link. He came in my stream last night, but it was really
brief.
Yeah, because his kid was like running around making noise and shit, and he had to go.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I was giving him shit on Twitter for it, and then he's like, I said in the side chat and in the stream chat, I was kind of like, I was on my phone, man. I wasn't looking at either of those. I was drunk last night too, because I make healthy decisions.
Last night's stream was chaos. I only remember like a few moments. Like I remember fucking Bradley, who's my little internet boyfriend, who I think is very cute. Bradley said something about pissing, and there was like a moment of quiet, and he's like, "Why is everyone all quiet?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fapping." And yeah, I remember that. I remember very few other things. I remember Irate Bear coming in for a second, and then I remember Misa coming in when we were watching like Jenny Jones, and she's like, "What is going on? What is this American television from when I was like 5 years old? Like, what the fuck is this?"
Oh man, see, I'm kind of sad that I left right before you guys started watching that shit. Like, I go to bed, and that's when you guys. I went and rewatched part of it. Literally, I was gone a few minutes when you guys start that shit, and Misa shows up. I was like, "Fuck me."
All right, everybody. I got the link. Everybody can stop sending it to me. I got it.
Sorry, Liz. I just sent it to you now. I apologize.
How's it
it's
going,
okay. I'm
Liz?
just fucking with you guys. I accidentally closed up the site.
Oh, hey Liz, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Everybody's like, why are you not letting Liz on? I'm like, 'cause they haven't asked me to get on.
I don't
Jesus
ever.
Christ.
Everybody who's watching this should know that I look at my chat about like once an hour when I'm streaming. So it's like, do not expect me to fucking notice you, and it's nothing personal to my entire audience, because I just don't look at my chat. I can't remember to do it. I'm gonna invite Orange in. I have not talked to Orange in a while.
See,
Well, I'll help read chat for you. That's
if I don't invite people in, so I have to check my chat all the time.
I'm really good at reading chat and paying attention to everything, so I'll read chat if something important pops up. Yeah, we were having a discussion in there about, oh God, what was it that we were talking about that had to do with this? I just totally blanked out. I guess I'm not that good.
I am a horrible. Oh, what was it?
No, there was actually something we were talking about real quick, which is currently, yes, I'm going to need to talk about myself for a second. I am being sub-cleaned, as I call it. YouTube has been doing this in batches, so it's not everybody getting cleaned by the YouTube bug at once.
Oh, I've been getting it bad.
It lasts for about 1 or 2 weeks.
Me for the past like over a month, I've gotten at least like five or six messages or comments saying that they were unsubbed for me for the past like just couple of weeks. Orange just told me that he was unsubbed for me, so everybody check if you guys are still or want to be subbed to LIZZ space reptile.
I'm just got to make that announcement real quick because it just stopped for Charming Man. As I was like investigating, like I was looking into them, and I'm like, oh look, your subs are going up. Let me go check mine. Mine are going down. Fuck. And I've been skyrocketing over the last month because of Sargon keeps retweeting me. My videos.
I had a few comments of where someone said.
Wait a second, I was subbed to you for a while too.
I had a,
Which one?
Hearsay over here. I was also subbed to you for a while, and I just noticed I'm not subbed to you anymore.
Yeah, I'm being cleaned. Everybody, if you do find out that I'm unsubbed from you, like retweet my fucking page out, because it might be like specific people or groups of people that they might be removing. I don't know how it works.
I had a few comments from people saying that they were subscribed to me and they had the notifications on, but they still weren't getting the notifications and my videos weren't showing up.
Yeah, I'm getting that with a lot of the people I'm subbed to too. Like,
yeah, I got a comment. Someone said that they got a notification like a day after. And the reason they know is because I said Happy Valentine's Day at the end of my last fucking video. And it's like I didn't get a notification until the 15th. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really fucked up. That's why I have been relying on social medias such as God damn it, my fucking trying to push out on me.
So
yeah, I'm trying to use Minds. I'm trying to use all sorts of stuff more.
Try to use Minds. I would love to use Minds. I cannot figure out how it works at all.
I figured out how it works is that once you get to a certain standing, you don't have to keep buying points as much. But to start off, you either have to give up Twitter or use Minds, because for your activity on Minds, you get points. You need those points to be able to be seen. Now, mind you, there's a cap on how many points you can use on a single video or single post, which prevents power players from taking over your feed, right? So they've lowered the prices of their points significantly, thank God. And so I spend like $1 to $2 a video and put it up there, and now I'm getting a return because people are liking and commenting. It is basically just like any video game. Eventually you plateau out to where you are making more than, or at least around the same amount that you're putting into the pot. So it's really, you got to play the game a little bit.
By the way, I just got a $10 Patreon pledge over the past half hour. So
nice.
Oh, awesome! Yay! Congratulations.
I've only been on Patreon since like right after New Year's, and I only have an actual picture of my avatar, so people don't like. I imagine it feels awkward to pledge to a YouTube content creator that doesn't even have a picture of their own avatar on Patreon. I only have a picture for the past maybe week and a half or so.
Well, I do Patreon streams once to twice a month. Do you want to be a special guest on one?
I would love to.
I'll put your link to your Patreon in it too, and because I need to bring some special guests on, because I've been playing dumb games with them and stuff, but I need to do something.
I'm special.
I'm patreon.com patreon.com/Prince of Queens. So it's pretty easy to remember. And yeah, I would totally come on. I've never gotten good in my life at asking people for money. It's just not a skill that I have, and it's definitely a skill. Like but I'm starting to think, it's getting to the point where there's a number of people who make very nice comments on my videos, and it's like, well, like I can tell them if you pledge $10 a month or more, you can all come on my channel for a stream once a month, and I will schedule around what's most convenient for my patrons and blah blah blah. Like, people do that, and it gets them money. Dave Rubin does that. He does it to a kind of ridiculous. He's like, if you pay me $1,000, I'll talk to you for 20 minutes.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Well, we're not that big. Well, I'm so small right now that I still let anybody who pledges anything on, and I give them the link about an hour earlier, and I jump on about 20 minutes before the show starts, get everybody settled, make a game plan of what we want to do. And it normally ends up evolving into reading Urban Dictionary and trying to play the game of Try Not to Laugh and see who can win a T-shirt.
I'll have to be, yeah, I'm perfectly honest. I obviously it's not really all that hard to get on my streams, but if I start, setting expectations of people that they're supposed to give me $10 a month, then they think it's hard to get on my streams because they don't know the difference. They don't know how easy it is.
One thing I hate.
Liz, if you're ever looking for a try not to laugh challenge, I've got an hour-long video that you will not defeat.
What is
Oh
it?
Jesus!
Hang on, I've got it on my. Hang on.
Just put it in the
Let's accomplish now
I've
for
been
getting on the
drinking
stream.
for almost 12 hours, and I finally ran out of booze, so it'll be fun. But I have a backup
I have to
keyboard,
say,
so I'm okay.
I drank my 2 24-ounce cans of Old English, and I have to, for the cheap drinker, Old English I am a Jameson guy. I drink hard ass Irish whiskey, and I take it like a prince. But like fucking this Old English
Naked and dance around in assless chaps.
This Old English has given me a bit of a buzz, I have to say. I'm
Old English, I might have to one-up you if I say so myself. I've put red Moscato wine into Coca-Cola, and I drink that now.
Oh, good God.
Did you hate
I
yourself?
don't
Dude,
drink whiskey anymore.
Satan, you just gave one of those like you could like taste the alcohol and you go like when you have those like moments where you like remember what like some nasty alcohol like smells like and you almost puke. That's what you just sounded like.
Well, no,
I
you
can
see-
be a cheap drunk, but I can't ever go back to being a poor drunk. It was
No.
bad. It was so
Here's the thing.
bad.
The original recipe for Coca-Cola called for wine. I decided to re-add the wine.
There you go.
Ew, that
The
sounds
original
like
recipe
a
for
hangover.
Coca-Cola also added cocaine.
If I had that, I'd probably
Go
add
right
it as
there.
well.
I know a guy.
Oh my God, we went there.
Sorry, whenever I hear
We just
cocaine,
need
my
two
mind
hookers and
immediately
we're
goes
good to go.
Papa Roach, so.
I know some hookers. I know a guy.
All right.
I know
let's get
lots
this
of
party
hookers.
going.
I say, you know the
Okay.
hookers. I used to know a guy for blow, and assuming he's not dead, he'd probably still hook me up. I mean, we haven't
The guy I
talked
used
since
for
his
blow
brother
also
got
died
killed,
too.
so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we're getting this shit on air, you know.
Oh, I know.
I have to say,
You know, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's been several years. It's
I was
been
gonna say, there's a statute of limitations for some of those things that I.
Yeah. It's been several
Oh,
years
thank
since
God.
I've done anything wrong. I think the last illegal thing I did was definitely a misdemeanor.
Only a misdemeanor?
How long ago was the last naughty thing you did?
Probably over a year ago, really, by now. I mean, and it was never even like there might have been some purchasing of something, but there was no selling of anything.
Jeremy In says sucking dick for crack is a hell of an addiction. The dick
Fucking
or
the
is
dick
it
or the crack?
Yeah. Yobi wants the link.
Oh, fuck that.
Oh god.
He's not even asking. He's just like, give me. Send me the link.
I don't even.
That's one thing I wanted to warn you about, man, is when you start doing Patreon streams on a regular basis, one or two of these Patreons, and they've eventually left on their own accord, that will try to get on your other streams. Like sometimes I do debate streams that are like,
Oh yeah, because they
you
pay
know, like,
you to get on some, and then they.
yeah, they're like, oh, where's my link? And I'm like, this isn't a Patreon link, sweetheart. This is a debate stream.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can still come on. Can I still come on? No.
Oh, it'd be hard for me because I'm a really okay.
You gotta put your foot down.
I know, and I'm really bad at doing that. Like, I'm a total fucking cunt if you fucking push me. Like, I will. Like, I'm not the guy to
Don't tell people that.
No. People should know that if you push me too far, you better fucking get away from my sight because I will fucking smite you with my lightning vision. But at the same time,
Is that a gay guy trait? Do you get that when you turn gay?
At the same time, I'm incredibly like I'm like I can't host parties because I'm the guy that will allow anybody to come to every party, even if it's like a gang war and there's like two gangs that want to kill each other. I'm like, well, I'm cool with both gangs. Like, they can come.
I'm sure they'll be fine over a couple of shots.
Yeah.
Just give them tequila. What could happen?
No one ever died by being, shot.
No, but fucking Yobi already like pissed off my friends earlier tonight, and it was like drama. And I'm surprised he even like showed up to like chat in my chat. But like, I don't know exactly what the drama was. I don't want to know, honestly. But he can't come into this hangout. Is what I'm saying.
This is a Yobi free zone. Besides, I don't want to hear about how bad MGTOW is right now. Anyway.
Yeah, seriously, like Yobi, I'm gonna do you the biggest favor that anyone can do you. Shut the fuck up about MGTOW. Like, change the name of your channel and everything. Shut the fuck up about MGTOW.
My husband.
As much as I try to be nice to Yobi because he's not a bad dude. He needs to fix too.
By the way, Satyr Cat in the chat is my husband.
Oh, really?
I'll say, I have my weird, like, people have asked me to make a video about MGTOWs, and I've also had at least 2 or 3 MGTOWs kind of like slyly cozy up to me, and I think that they were thinking like, oh, this is a like gay guy who's like, anti-feminist or whatever. I don't identify that way, but they think what I am. And they're like, well, he's a gay guy and he has an emerging audience. He's been growing, and maybe I can get him to be a MGTOW if I cozy up to him. And it's like, no, dude, there's no way that some fucking random straight guy over the internet is gonna get me to be a part of the radical a part of the radical Meninist version of like the internet. Like Meninism is not a thing, but apparently, according to some of these MGTOWs, it kind of is.
Maybe they just like you because you're gay, and so maybe they think that they can sleep with you.
No, I think that's it. I honestly do. I think they're trying to go their own way into other guys. I think personally that MGTOW is just a cry for help, and it's what a gay man will wear when he's in the closet, but still wants to not be around women.
I don't know. There's some of them that like definitely seem to Sandman, for example. Sandman, I listen to. Oh, he's seriously disturbed. I listen to his videos, and I granted I've only watched maybe like less than 5 total, and one of them was recently, and I think what happened was I honestly think, and this is like the most simultaneously self-defeating and egotistical thing that I've said in a while. But I swear to God, Sandman watched my most recent "What is Fourth Wave Feminism" video. And I say that because like within, about a month after my video, and this video has over like probably around close to 15,000 views by now. So, it's gotten around YouTube. People have watched it. Sandman made a video where he basically repeated my talking points about what fourth wave feminism is, because everybody's confused. Like, people are like, wait, are we in the fourth wave? Are we in the third wave? And I'm kind of the feminist critic that's pioneered like what fourth wave feminism is and why it's different than third wave. And like, I've made it very clear, and I've been talking about it for a very long time. And Sandman made a video where one of my main points in what fourth wave feminism is that fourth wave feminism is internet driven feminism. It's blog and social media driven feminism, and that's what differentiates it from third wave feminism, because third wave feminism was popular during the 90s, and it was this punk rock thing, and they had zines, you know, like photocopied pamphlets, because they weren't really on the internet, and it was like punk rock and blah 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 blah. Fourth wave feminism is started in 2008 according to Wikipedia, and it's like blogs and social media. And what I said was that feminists are not very smart people. They're just not. Like, they're just not intelligent people. Finally, in the late 2000s, they figured out how to use the internet, and that's when feminism got onto the internet, was in, 2008 or so. Sandman, his version of my talking points, which came out, not that long after my talking point, he said that it was when women learned how to use the internet.
Oh my god.
He was like, it was.
How to use...
He was like, it was man's invention, and women figured it out.
Oh my god!
You guys should seriously, you should watch first my video about fourth wave feminism that came out about 2 months ago, and then watch his video that came out about a month ago, and see if you cannot tell that he was taking my talking points and then twisting it into some like MGTOW weirdness. It's really obvious to me, at least.
No, I love it when you find out that you can somebody in some way. Oh, okay. I know we don't want to sit there and rant about MGTOW too much, but instead of like just ranting about how individual ones, my favorite talking point that they have is that women's bodily fluids cause men to go insane because it causes their evil. Oh my! That few seconds after sex, so you gotta blow your load and get out quick. Because if her juices get in, you gotta wear a condom. Don't let her give you. Don't make her have a baby, and don't let her juices get in your penis hole. Or you're crazy. They'll get into your brain.
The vagina monsters will swim up your pee hole and then get into your brain and make you insane and turn you into a zombie for women's use.
I just remember that
on the plantation.
I just remember that Angry MGTOW was in my stream last night for a second, but I was pretty drunk last night by the time it happened. I don't remember anything he said. I don't even think Angry MGTOW is real. I think he's a fucking troll. I think he's and he's likely a troll that like actually has another YouTube channel that people know. Like it's secretly like Second Clancy or something.
Oh my god, that would be
oh Jesus. So
Angry MGTOW is angry. No, Angry MGTOW is actually Andy Worski.
Well, here's the thing: you can now go into your live chat and you can see the participants, so you can check to see how if somebody's in there now. And I checked to see she's in there trolling. You can see your but it only counts participants, people that have the chat open. So if they close the chat, then you're not going to see them in there. But you can tell who's lurking now, and I like that because I'm like, haha, you did hear what I said, you cunt.
Yeah, it says like, don't lie to me.
I
can see what's going on.
Reversible in there, in one of our chats.
Ooh. I've seen Jenny McDermott pop in a couple of times. I think she's been screen tapping every time I say nigger or something. Sorry. Getting context.
Proxy.
I believe she has a device called the negatizer, and every time someone says it on a stream, she just instantly can go right there.
It's the negatizer 9,000 because it's over 9,000. It will go to your computer and it will find all the cases of that horrible N-word hard G, not Oh god, yeah.
Speaking of niggers, I'm sending my friend Raquan, who's in the chat, to hang out if he wants to come in because he has a better microphone now and he's cool. So.
Well, we have to be all inclusive. I mean, we've got women, we've got gay guy, we need a black. We got a black guy, so we need. Do we have a trans? If we don't have a trans, we're not inclusive, and we don't count.
Didn't we earlier?
Intersectional.
Yeah, we gotta be intersectional.
Oh my god,
half black. Does that count?
I have been arguing with my okay, because I have no I know so many intersectional feminists, and they're all they're mostly okay. I like to say, and you guys can totally copy this line for me, even though I wrote it into a screenplay, and it's one of the better lines in my screenplay. A black feminist has an argument in the screenplay with a white feminist who has power. You know, she's kind of a Anita Sarkeesian, and this black feminist is like gets an argument with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I know you say you're intersectional and everything, but I'm starting to think that that's just code word for white feminists who want everyone to like them."
Ooh.
And I like to really think that that's what it is. And now it's or I think it's actually in the script. It's white women who want everybody to like them, and I'm starting to notice that more and more. Like the people that I knew prior to this election who were like feminists, they are just like holding so fast to this like intersectionality idea, and they're like, no. And I try to tell them, I'm like, well, okay, but like you need to understand that there's no such thing as male privilege. That does not exist in most situations in life in the West. You are less privileged for being male. And I rattle off the 8 or 9 different ways, you know, the like sentencing gap, male suicide, falling behind in every level of education, fucking homelessness, blah, blah, blah. And they still try to say, well, that's just because you don't understand intersectionality well enough. And intersectionality, you know, if you know about it, and it's like, well, but where's the intersectional feminist that admits to like male disadvantage? Where is that feminist? Like, because I've never seen it. I have literally never
And
seen
what
it.
does male have to do with intersectionality? That makes no fucking sense, because men can be trans and men can be disabled, but apparently the second you put a white label, I don't know. I give up.
Well, no, and then they intersectionality. This is what I like to say. It is the theory of pretending pretending to care about people's individual struggles in life by making it into a game of simple arithmetic and making sweeping generalizations about people's individual traits. So, like,
Prince,
instead of
you
saying,
need to give the link.
To
You
Raquan.
need to give him the link.
Yeah, he said he's waiting for it.
yeah, I did. I swear to God, I did. Well,
Sorry,
let's see.
you tend to ramble longer than I do.
I did though.
In here, Liz, is I wanted to have a ramble war.
Isn't it funny that we were saying, well, we hate MGTOW, and then we started talking about MGTOW?
So stop back down the path. We can change subjects. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you did. Don't do it. Don't bring it back on it. We were already down the path of intersection.
I saw someone in the chat saying it, and I was like, oh, bring it.
By the way, Otter, I'd like to negotiate an alliance between the Ottoman Empire and the Fistian Federation.
I can be a representation. We've got a couple of Tekistans here that would also like to extend a lead.
Well, when it comes to Kekistan, we already have a very strong bond with them, so that's fine. So immigration between those two countries are open. When it comes to, what was your
Fistian Federation?
Fistian Federation. We haven't really had any contact with them. You'll have to contact my foreign secretary.
Oh, Beware of Darkness is here. Beware of Darkness and I have been wanting to stream for a while. I'm gonna tweet at him just so he knows that he's getting that.
Wrath, you're gonna have to talk to my foreign secretary. I'll give you the details later.
Sounds good.
Isn't that Matt? Or is he just your black
foreign secretary? Satan, you're the foreign secretary now.
What? Did I get a promotion?
Actually,
am I employed now?
Yes.
I got later.
Hey,
I already
taking Satan.
Excuse me. I already have a foreign secretary. He's called Ralph Sintian.
No. Satan's my foreign secretary. I hadn't hired one yet.
Oh, you're okay. Oh, I thought you were trying to replace my own foreign secretary and destroy my own.
No, I'm not replacing your foreign secretary. I mean, I'm not Putin.
I got me a job now. I'm super white.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. I already hired Satan to do things. He's part of Optimus's group.
Who
He
pays
is the-
more?
Why is okay? So Raquan was actually not trying to contact me. He was trying to contact Satan, the
Oh,
Dark
me.
Prince. I'm not sure about what. Maybe he wants to canoodle with you. Or
I'll
something.
canoodle with you, Raquan.
Ooh,
Canoodling.
canoodling.
Raquan is pretty cool.
Jinx, get me a beer.
I've only he's been in probably like 2 or 3 of my streams, and it was always at some time where I was extremely. He was in my stream on election night when Donald Trump won, at like it must have been like 8 a.m. his time and 5 a.m. my time, and I was drinking all night, and we were. I mean, the Donald Trump victory for me and my like group of friends. I was the person that was surprised by it the least because I had been. If you watch my old videos, you can see me repeatedly saying that I did not think that Hillary Clinton was going to win. I just did not think there was any way. But there was a number of people that were like, kind of definitely hoping for Donald Trump to win, and it was just this gigantic victory thing. And Raquan ended up being in my stream for the first time. And he was like, holy shit, oh my god. And he's like a black gay guy who lives on the East Coast. And he was like, and I was like wasted. And that's the first time I remember talking to him.
I guess what I did on my victory sort of thing, I was on Jeff Holiday's. And guess what happened on that one? Nick Paz was playing with a fucking unloaded gun during this whole fucking thing. And we had to tell him to stop putting... He was so drunk, like blackout drunk, playing with an unloaded gun, like putting it to his head and pulling the trigger, causing our hearts to stop while Trump wins. So I left that stream and I went onto my channel and I got a stream with Sugar Tits on my stream. So that was pretty like cool for my victory time. It was just the whole Wizard of Cause playing with an unloaded gun while drinking lots and lots of whiskey with Jeff Holiday was my night.
That sounds
Wizard
like
of Cause and I streamed together last night.
Yeah, someone forgot to send
just
the invite.
just tell him not to play the gun.
Oh, well, it was... I had been wanting to stream with him for a very long time, and... Well, okay, I didn't look at...
I was just giving you shit, dude.
You mentioned towards the end, and like I mentioned, is that I don't look at my Twitter or my chat almost ever when I'm streaming, especially so...
So you noticed towards the end. I sent you a message like an hour before that.
Yeah. It wasn't that long of a
Don't
stream.
be such a pole. Don't be such a pushover, Prince. If you don't invite somebody, they don't have to be there. Like,
Yeah,
this is me toughening you up and preparing you for the Patreon shit that I told you about that you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm just giving
You're
you a hard
gonna
time
get
because it's fun.
and he's just giving you a hard time, and you're taking it serious.
Yeah, every
Come on, toughen up a
every inch I give to my fucking peasants, they're gonna fucking take a really long mile. So I gotta prepare myself to be the goddamn prince.
I mean, hell,
How
you
many
don't
inches
need
you got there to get away?
They say I remember election night. I was on a stream with a certain Otter, but something happened to that stream and we can't find it anymore. Do you remember what happened to that Otter?
Oh yeah, it's one of those things. I accidentally deleted. Yeah, I was like
accidentally.
I was scrolling through it, and I underneath this bit is like a delete video thing, and I pressed delete video, and I was like, holy shit! And for some reason, I didn't go and cancel. I pressed yes. I was like, fucking shit, and then I just had to admit it. I died. I was like, I realized what I did, and I was like, fucking shit, all that.
It was like a 7-hour stream. It was like I was more amused by it than anything. When she deleted, she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys," and it's like, "Oh shit." Trump still won. I don't give a fuck.
I know.
To be fair,
honestly, like I really wasn't even all that excited by a Trump win. I was just happy that Clinton lost.
Yeah,
I was just happy that I wasn't crazy. To be perfectly honest, like I live in fucking Seattle, and everybody I knew and all of my family thought I was like turning into a like Sith Lord or something by being honest and being like, look, I talk to people. I was trying to tell them, like, I talk to people from states that aren't blue states because I live in Seattle. Like, we don't know anyone who is not completely 110% blue, and I'm like, look, there's people who aren't into Hillary Clinton. And I don't think they all necessarily like Trump, but I do think that you need to take their concerns about Clinton seriously. And they would be like, oh, fuck off. You're turning into a Republican. I bet you're a white supremacist. And I'd be like, fuck you. You don't know fuck about shit. You're dumb. Like, I don't care what you think of me anymore. Like, I would rather only hang out with my YouTube friends and never hang out at your stupid gay bar because it's not fun anyway. And then I was the one who was right. And so it was such a glorious moment for me.
I found yeah, it was a glorious moment, but the bit I loved watching was just Hillary at the inauguration thing. I just loved watching. I just felt so satisfying.
There's response.
Oh, this guy gets on just as I asked. Did you come?
Oh, here he is. Hey, Wakon.
I have to point out one very small thing that I feel we're glossing over. Prince never called me cute.
What?
I'm slightly offended at that.
Am I supposed to?
Cause you ugly.
I roasted
Says the
Wrath.
fish for a head.
No, I roasted Wrath pretty harshly last night. I didn't even really mean to, but everybody laughed. He showed us a picture of him when he was. Can you screen share that picture again so I can read?
Fine, we can look at feminist Wrath.
Okay, because this
You
is
were a
you guys.
feminist?
No, you guys. This is funny
Yes.
shit. This is
Yes,
really
Wrath
funny.
is feminist.
It's funny shit.
Oh my God.
I'm
not
really
even-
glad I don't have the blue hair picture. I'm so
It's
glad
not
that picture doesn't
even-
exist.
I've got the lube ready. I've got to see.
Ichabod, you're pretty cute. You're pretty cute. You could try harder. I'm gonna say, like, you don't.
Yeah,
You could
it's early.
shave or
been
Okay,
or bathe
so- my hair
or
is
something.
not
So here's the picture of Wrath.
working correctly.
Here's the picture of Wrath, and everybody's like looking at this, like, oh, look, he looks funny, and I'm just like, I don't understand your eyebrows.
Why did they just suddenly stop? Did you get into a fight?
I swear it's genetic because my dad's eyebrows look the same way, and neither of us do anything with them.
Holy shit! Riley Dennis' older brother.
Same Adam's apple.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
Adam Apple twins. Riley Dennis with healthy weight.
I've
No,
had
you're
that
a
hair
lot more-
before.
You're a lot sexier of a chap than Riley Dennis. Riley Dennis.
that's because I have a chin.
Riley Dennis has a chin and then some.
No,
Riley Dennis has two chins stapled on top of each other.
no, Riley Dennis doesn't have a chin. He got two Adam's apples instead.
Oh my god. Riley Dennis would have been a straight guy that went to my high school, like my fucking alternative hippies high school that I talk about on my channel. He would have gone there and he would have been a straight guy at my hippie high school and I would have picked on him. Honestly, like that's not like I would have like made fun of him and then he would have been like, I feel like I'm gonna bitch slap you, and I'd be like, try it, motherfucker, and he'd run. Like that would be something that would have happened in high school for me.
Oh, hey kids, it's 8 in the morning and I haven't slept. I should probably do that.
Okay.
Toast.
Bye, Liz Reptile.
Bye, Liz.
Bye, cunt.
He lives.
Bye, cunts.
Later.
Think about being a guest on one of my Patreon streams, Prince. Peace. And maybe you too, Otter.
Yeah.
One like that. Everybody. Bye.
My try not to laugh challenge is the best, by the way.
I
Just
haven't
because I
looked at
haven't
it
said
yet,
that
but I do have it copied, so I will
You're not
check
gonna.
it out.
No, like, when I say you're not gonna win, you're not. You're not.
So
You're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna-
drop that in my
Are
watch.
we sure about this? Because
Yeah, no, you will not win. You will if you win, then you're not a human. You're just like a rock.
Have you met Orange?
I want you to put this fucking video on now, but I don't want anything to be copyright claimed. I don't know. Actually, I don't think there's anything that it could be.
Hey, you guys, is there any hashtags for PewDiePie? Aside from PewDiePie did nothing wrong and
Hashtag not my Führer.
not my what?
Hashtag not my Führer.
I'm doing blame Disney. PewDiePie did nothing wrong. And is it really not my fear? Are you kidding?
I've seen one or two.
How do you... I'm not doing that. I just want... I put blame Disney in, and...
Oh man, there are so many great things going on Twitter randomly. I need to look at Godfrey Elvick's Twitter really quick because he had a great one a few minutes ago that I wanted to say something, but someone was in the middle of rambling. I don't know which one. I don't know which one of you it was that time, but
I don't think it
you
was...
and Liz are like ramble masters. But this is coming from a place of love. Oh, here it is. It's a well-known fact that the alt-right white males are both basement-dwelling virgin man babies and dangerous misogynist rapists. Somehow. Love Godfrey Elfwick. He's amazing.
Oh my god, my fucking
Sargon
sister...
reading
I'm gonna share it with
gay.
you guys, the fucking meme that my poor sister, she doesn't know. Well, I actually don't actually make fun of her on my streams all that much because I have sympathy for her. But like, she actually shared this in complete seriousness. Have you guys heard that Teen Vogue is like the new flagship for SJWism? Like all the SJWs think that Teen Vogue is like the wokest publication.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
no!
And so this is a meme that my sister, who I want to like, but I kind of don't. I kind of think she's a stupid cunt. And she shared this, and this is like, I guess the editor of Teen Vogue came on Trevor Noah. Oh god.
Yeah, because woke, nothing says woke as shit like Trevor Noah.
And then this guy, who's obviously a genius because he's like so not, a model or anything. People say, you're Teen Vogue. You're known for fashion. What the hell do you guys know about politics anyway? And he's like, to tell a teenager that she should stick to lip gloss when she's being directly impacted by policies affecting her lifestyle and the lifestyle of those around her is frankly irresponsible.
Okay, seriously, you probably sound more like that guy than that guy sounds like that guy.
Oh my god. Like, who would think that this is worth screen capturing and adding text to? And how is somebody that I'm genetically related to thinking this is worth sharing?
To be fair, it is usually better to stay with lip gloss over lipstick at that age. No, seriously, you look like a painted whore when you're that young. You're wearing like fucking 5 pounds of foundation and fucking bright red hooker lipstick. Come on.
You know what I want to know is I want to know if I can touch his friend's hair.
Okay,
Yeah,
which
I'm sure
one?
a lot of
Because there's a lot of people on that screen.
I'm sure a lot of people, to be honest, I'm sure a lot of people here can agree that like as teenagers we were all like probably not exactly woke, or not woke, but like we didn't know that much about politics as much as we do now. So like
we were idiots, and we were more involved with video games and our genitals than anything else.
I can certainly say if I was a teenager and YouTube was like sort of big as it is now, I would probably be parroting like SJW stuff and all that. Probably.
I think I wouldn't have been. I think I because of the fact that I was a little shit in high school and everything, and also because like those people that we were just looking at, they were like fucking tacky ass shallow supermodels. I would have been a rebel. I would have been like, no, I prefer the people who aren't models. And by the way, I think I want to every time I meet. And this is just me being a shitlord, edgelord right now, but I really think that we should all start doing this. Every time we meet a black woman who looks like she's an SJW, and maybe we shouldn't single out black women, but they've sort of singled themselves out in this way. because they won't shut up about this. Every time we meet one and she has, you know, the natural hair or the dreads or something, the first thing we should say is, "Can I touch your hair?" And Raquan, you should do it too because you're actually black. You should, and because then you'll know if she's cool. Kind of like if you I'm sure there's hazing processes that you could do to gay guys to make sure that it's a cool gay guy, as opposed to, you know, like if I ever meet a gay, like I don't think I can meet gay guys without asking them if they're feminists anymore. Like, because it's like if they're a gay male who's a feminist, I just like I can't hang out with them. So I want to ask black women when I meet them, "Can I touch your hair?" and see if they laugh. And if they do, if they have a sense of humor about it, then cool, I can probably be friends with her.
I mean, like, I don't get mad if people ask to touch my hair. I'm just like, what the actual fuck?
Wait, does it actually happen?
Oh no, all throughout my childhood, middle school, because I grew up in a pretty much like predominantly Caucasian affluent community. So I was one of the like, token black kids. So every other day, it's like, "Oh my God, your hair feels so cool," and I'm like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Okay, you know, so yeah, no, that makes sense because you're in a place where you are a severe minority, which I'm sure you actually experienced too with being a gay guy around a bunch of straight people. They ask you like dumb questions.
I was like also like, so yeah, I was the token gay black multilingual kid at my high school who wore heels to school and was really confrontational, basically.
Yeah, no, and like, no, I know what that's like. I grew up, the schools that I went to all through high school were in a black neighborhood. So like nobody was actually asking people, "Can I touch your hair?" because we were all used to black people. And so that to me, when I think of that question, it's just kind of like something that's on TV. Because it's like nobody was, you know, like we all knew what black hair felt like by high school. Like we
Girl, it's real life. It's real life.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. It's not that big of a deal to me. It was honestly like a lot worse when I went to China because people straight up were staring at me.
Oh my God, I went to fucking Japan when I was 17, and yeah, Asian people, they won't even just stare. They'll stare when they're like 50 feet away from you, but then when they get 20 feet away from you, they'll walk away like they're scared.
Yo, there was this one lady. Okay, so I speak Mandarin too, so I don't know why in particular this lady was scared of me. But I remember there was this lady, literally, she was maybe 30 inches away from me, and I kid you not, just straight up eyeballing me while walking by. So I say hello, how are you in Mandarin and stuff like that, and then she just looks scared and crosses the entire street to the other side of the road while still staring at me and just keeps walking away.
Where was this?
I was in Haiyan in China. It's like in the Shandong region.
Oh,
I don't really know.
No.
North, middle China.
I don't know.
Bad that I just want to touch like the girls who have the really brightly colored hair just to see if they have split ends.
No,
yeah.
A lot of girls have awful hair, though. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that's the thing. Like, I would like to be able to color my hair a different color, like maybe black, but there's just something about the concept of completely destroying my scalp that bothers me.
They probably thought you were a demon of some sort.
I used to dye my hair black in college. That was the only hair color I dyed my... Like, I dyed my hair blue and maybe, like, pink in high school, like, momentarily. But I dyed my hair black probably, like, 3 or 4 times because it just looked better on the way my... Like, I just looked like a kind of a fox with black hair for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. Oh, no, black hair always does seem to... And not black people hair, black as the color hair. Don't take me out of context.
We knew what you meant.
Social justice bastages. But there's something about black hair that's just nice. It's a good color.
My internet timed out for a second.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to dye my hair black. Black was probably the most consistent color. But I had a phase where every few months I would text all of my friends 2 colors, and whichever color I got the most texts back of, that was my next hair color. And it happened 3 times before people figured out what the hell was going on.
Do you guys remember how during the MySpace hair era, like it would be like 2002 through 2008 or so probably was when that kind of was the thing. And everybody had that like, they call it emo hair, but it was really MySpace hair was what it
The
really was.
A-line. It's called an A-line, I believe. You're talking about like the triangle over their face.
Yeah, and then it was like in the back it was like a hedgehog and
Yeah,
then,
yeah, that's called an A-line. And,
yeah, well, it's
MySpace
called
hair.
MySpace hair, and when you say MySpace hair, everybody knows what the fuck you're talking about. And what was weird about that was that everybody dyed their hair, but they only did three things: they would bleach their hair, they would dye it black, and then very occasionally they would put red in it. But it was no other colors besides bleach, black, and occasionally red.
See, I gave no fucks about the rules of MySpace hair. I had blue MySpace hair. I had white MySpace hair. That was a huge mistake.
Oh, I'm gonna screen share, and I'm gonna do a screen share of MySpace hair, and we're gonna go through the photos on Google image search because it's always pretty funny to do this. and yes, one of the first people that you find is that fucking gay guy. What's his name? That singer that's all terrible that was on like American Idol.
Could you be more specific?
Not Clay Aiken, the
Lambert?
other one, Adam Lambert. Yeah.
We've been going for about 2 hours, and I said I was going to be on here for 10 minutes and then go to bed, and I got to go. I love y'all. It's been great talking with everybody, but
Bye,
I need
Satan.
to do it. Oh, that's atrocious.
So this is late MySpace hair. This must have been like this isn't early MySpace hair because
Yeah, that's like the end of MySpace.
Yeah, and this is just ridiculous. This is not like they must have made this photo shoot as a joke to fuck with
that. I'd say I'm thinking that's a wig.
This is not they like okay, and also is that weird Eugenia girl?
Eugenia Cooney,
who's like anorexic and shit. Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay,
well, that's definitely not her.
She doesn't really have. Okay, this is just weird.
More what the
these
fuck?
Aren't even. None of these are right. Like none of these are the classic MySpace hair. Really, these are all just like anime fucking cosplay chicks and shit. What the fuck is this?
That's what happens when you have dreadlocks
I'll tell you one
and
of
bad
those.
power
Attention
outlets.
seeking.
None of these are actually right because all of the MySpace hair looked the same. That was the thing about MySpace hair. Like it wasn't this. There wasn't this much variety.
Oh my god! It's like he's been electrocuted.
Okay, that's a little bit closer to it.
Aren't these called scene girls?
Not even anymore. These are just like these were. Oh, this girl is like.
She looks normal.
She's not so bad. Oh yeah, and the British actually had really bad MySpace hair, especially just for the record.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh my god.
No, girl.
So this is
oh
like
my god! If her parents found that, they would have beat the crap out of her.
So this is like Tumblr before Tumblr.
You
yeah, it was kind of Tumblr, but it wasn't all queer. It was just like girls that were. Oh god. But it was also lots of boys too. Was the other thing? There was all sorts of boys with the MySpace hair. Like all this shit is like this is not what it really was though. Oh, see, that's one. That's there MySpace hair,
dude. Oh my god.
Are these the people?
Are these from the
look at this.
That is MySpace hair.
Are these the people? Are these the people that say "raw" means "I love you" in dinosaur"? Are these the type of people who say that?
That's who that's okay. This is what they like. The people who say
this is closer.
I love you in dinosaur. Those are the people that used to be these people.
This guy is close, but he hasn't dyed his hair. That's MySpace.
Yeah,
hair.
that is MySpace's.
It was all just like this. It was always like swooshed over to the side, but then kind of long, and then a little bit of bleach in the bangs,
like early Joey Graceffa and Shane Dawson.
And it was it was amazing how they kind of pretended to make it look like it was haphazard, like it was accidental, but it was all accidental in the same way. Like it was like, oh, I just have a shaggy head, and then the wind blew it over to the side, and then yeah.
Or like
When
they
clearly
posted up
it's
and
like layered to do that.
no, what they do, they post it up. What they do, they post it up, and they say, "Oops, deleted this really cute photo. Probably gonna delete it later. Bye."
It didn't accidental post, probably get rid of it. Yeah, I saw that shit all the time on MySpace.
See, this is later MySpace hair. This was when kids who were looking at MySpace hair when they were really like this girl would look at the kids on MySpace hair, like who had MySpace hair when she was like 10, and she's like, when I'm 16, I'm gonna have hair. And then she got to be 16 and she made her hair and it was more elaborate, and it was an evolution of the MySpace hair. But
she looks like a Final Fantasy character, like the excessive amount of makeup.
She does, doesn't she?
Like she's even got the excessive amount of makeup, the ridiculous necklaces. Like her top needs to be something like gray area Japanesey, and she'd nail it.
What I find funny about these people is like a lot of these people
it's
are like, there's a lot of these people are probably
this
the
guy
types
has it.
A lot of these people
MySpace hair.
A lot of these people probably say like they're like, oh, non-conformist, but I think these types of people are probably the most conformist people ever.
Okay,
I think.
There's a song for that, Otterface. I will show you.
Look at this shit. Like you have to really. It's like, do we think that there was just strong winds? Like it was just like you were in a hurricane and like.
And they'll put like a quote. They'll put like a quote and shit from like Linkin Park or Green Day.
Oh God! See, they ruined Linkin Park and Green Day for me because I used to like those, and I saw all the kids like that, and I was kind of part of that for a little bit.
What was their favorite band? Was My Chemical Romance? Was
yes.
God, My Chemical Romance.
The Black Parade.
They also liked what else did they like? I'm trying to think.
Like indie bands, really.
They liked a lot of bands. They
Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
They would pretend. They would pretend to like.
At the drive-in.
At the drive-in, Hawthorne Heights.
They pretend to like Nirvana.
Oh yeah,
and Weezer.
Yeah, I hated that they all claimed to like Weezer, and I was just like, I was listening to Weezer from the time I was like 6 when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck you, posers.
Well, everybody kind of liked Weezer though. Like Weezer's actually a good band.
I love Weezer, dude. I've been wanting to see them live forever.
I'm dumb, she's a lesbian. I thought I had found the one. We were born good as married. I'm too drunk to. Oh my God, Tom from MySpace.
Oh, Tom, you know you were a loser if even Tom didn't want to be your friend.
We were good as married in my mind, but married in my mind's no good. Oh, pink triangle. Why is Conor McGregor up in here? Oh, is it because he has there? It's not.
Let's say that's Tom Hardy.
Well, I'm drunk. It looked enough like Conor McGregor. I saw a picture of Conor McGregor, and he had a fucking man bun. It ruined my day. I was so angry, but apparently it ruined enough other people's days because I never saw another picture of. Oh, this is the picture that I wanted to show.
Oh my God, it's cancer.
See,
that is the quintessential MySpace hair. Adam Lambert at some sort of like fucking Hollywood event with the gay, like awful gay face and like the little eyeliner and
guy liner, I believe is what they called it.
Oh God, it's so horrifically bad. And look how uneven. No, just look at his lips. It looks like he put on lipstick and didn't know how to even put on lipstick.
It's like it looks like he started putting on lipstick.
I gotta
and then finished.
That looks like he was sucking his boyfriend's cock before he got on stage, and his boyfriend didn't have the courtesy to tell him his lipstick was messed up.
What a bastard! I mean, if someone's gonna give you a bead, you should at least tell them that their lipstick's jacked when they're done.
Another band for these guys is Paramore. Someone said in the chat.
Oh God, Paramore.
And I guarantee all these people like Twilight, or like, well, I like Twilight as well, but like these people would like take it to the max.
What?
Like they'd make like no, I did. Okay, I don't mind Twilight. There you go, I said it. I don't mind Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus, One Direction. But
I almost put my fingers through my eyes, and not just because I like Slipknot, but it was a thing.
Yeah, I am a fan of all that. I actually I don't mind it, but I think it's one of those things where like the fandom just ruined it for me anyway. I mean,
There
I
are
still
people
think
who are
Bella was a
aggressively
piece.
Team Edward.
Oh no, I was aggressively Team Jacob, but that aside,
I'm aggressively Team Abraham, as in
No,
Abraham Lincoln taking off Edward's head.
no, there was Team Edward, and then there was Team Jacob, and then there was Team Switzerland, which was like the neutral one. But aside from the fact that I do like Twilight, Bella is probably the biggest cunt in that, and no one. I felt bad for Edward and Jacob because neither of them deserved Bella, because Bella's a piece of shit and a boring piece of shit who like felt sorry for herself all the time and pretended like she was this person who like didn't care, but like she cared, and like that kind of person. That piece of shit who like pretends to be like this really good person, but she's actually a piece of shit.
When I read,
Look at it this way, I read those books because I lost my virginity to the girl that talked me into reading those books. Fuck those books. Bella is one of the worst written characters in the history of literature.
I remember one time when I first started reading the book, someone went up to me and explained the story to them, and they were saying, "Oh, it's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer." I was like, no, probably not. But
well, imagine if it's more like if Angel was told from the perspective of a fangirl that he ended up marrying. That would basically be it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like a case with all these like books and stuff. Like they always have like cancer or TV shows. They have really cancerous fandoms, and it ruins it. Like Steven Universe. Steven Universe is a good show. Like I don't mind Steven Universe.
That's what people say.
But fucking hell, the fandom. I think you might have heard of like this one girl who made like art, and she made all the characters skinny because a lot of them are quite chubby.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Yeah, and people started sending her like things saying, "How could you do that?
Kill yourself."
Yeah, and she actually did try to kill herself. And like the next post, and there was another post. She posted another thing on a Tumblr, and it was a picture of. I think it was either a picture or it was like. No, I think it was a video of her. No, it was a picture and a message underneath, and it was her at like a hospital. And I think she'd been put on a psych ward as well. Yeah. And she's saying like, "Hey guys, I'm fine," and all that. And she was explaining what happened. And there was some little piece of shit who reblogged it and said, "I wish you succeeded."
God.
And she's saying like, "How dare you do this to Steven Universe? It gives all plus size people, it makes them feel good and all that, and it gives them reputation." And she said because of all that, she's saying, and then she said because you made them all skinny in your drawings, you deserve to kill yourself.
So you guys wait, were you finished? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go.
So this guy okay, so I don't know who the fuck this guy actually is. He's probably in some band or something. But like, okay, I look at this photo and I don't know when this came out, and it could be, I could be years off. But his hair is reasonable. Like, yeah. He actually looks pretty hot. He has the little eyeliner. I think he looks cute. And he kind of has the hairstyle. But then I think it's sort of like after photocopy of photocopy of photocopy, and like stupid teenage internet idiots trying to look like this guy. 3 years later, they look like this guy. Or they get the Adam Lambert hair. It comes from this. This is where it starts, and this is where it ends.
Ew.
And like the eyeliner is so dark that you're just like, we get it. Your soul is so dark.
This is where it starts, and this is where it ends.
By the way, for everyone who's curious, I put the song that's about these fucks in the chat, and it just in the side chat because it does make me happy. It's just it's a hilarious song.
What song?
It's the emo kid song.
Emo song.
I'm an emo kid, non-conforming as can be. You'd be non-conforming too if you were just like me.
Oh, please. Okay, with
I've got this other song that I'll put in the chat, and it was in like a mock. It was in a film that mocks Twilight, and it was called "In My Panties." And there was a part where it goes.
Is that Mike Tyson?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
There was a bit in this. There was a bit.
What? Oh, poor guy.
Oh.
I feel really bad for Mike Tyson. He fucked up shit. Like, I don't. Are you guys like old enough to know who Mike Tyson is?
I know who Mike Tyson is. I mean, that guy themed them fit.
He was like a young. He was like an Olympic boxer, and then he became a professional boxer, and he won his like first like 25 fights or something. So he was this like megastar in the 80s, and then like he got like convicted of raping some woman and went to jail for 4 years. And then he came out, and the first fight that he had when he got out of jail, he fought against Evander Holyfield, who was another really good boxer, and he bit Evander Holyfield's ear twice in the fight.
Like he legit took a chunk out of his ear.
I don't think he took a chunk out because he had the thing on, but yeah, no, it was a thing, and I was actually watching it with my dad on pay-per-view. My dad was like. That was the only time we ever ordered pay-per-view when I was a kid. Was my dad wanted to see Mike Tyson's return from jail. Like,
he's going straight back to jail.
Yeah, and so he bit the guy's ear twice, and it was all crazy. And then, like, all this other fucked up shit happened. And okay, Mike Tyson had a cocaine problem that got out. Like, he had to go to rehab or something. And then people started speculating that he was involved in the mob, and maybe he had like, thrown the fight or whatever. It turned out that like some number of years after you hadn't really heard much about him for a while, like maybe 5 years after he bit the dude's ear, this is where it gets fucked up. His daughter, he had like a 6-year-old daughter. She supposedly in a tragic accident in his home gym where she died by accidentally getting strangled on some cords that were connected to his like treadmill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so all sorts of people are like, no, some mobsters murdered his daughter. And yeah, it was really fucked up. And then he got like a tattoo on his face.
Oh yeah, that ridiculous huge tattoo he has.
Yeah, I feel really bad for the guy. Like, I feel like he's somebody that's like, if you actually think about what it would be like to be him, it's like, that's fucked up. Like,
yeah,
he was actually really talented and as a boxer when he was younger, and then just bad shit happened to him.
I say I would not want
convicted
his life.
Is that fucking Taylor Swift? She's a
dumb. I just saw, have you heard of Ken Ham, like the creationist? Apparently, dinosaurs fought gladiator battles against humans and giants.
Oh god.
Oh god, Ken Ham is so cancer.
That would make a great movie.
Say your audio's doing bad things.
I'll fix it again real quick.
Speaking of doing bad things, I think it's about time for me to give my pillow some head and my sheet some ass.
Okay. Well, yeah, I should go pretty soon myself. Maybe I will. How many people are watching? 23 people. That's a lot. I feel so flattered.
You're so important, but yeah. I'm not. So I'm dipping the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off because it's 1:30 and I'm still in my pajamas.
Well, that sounds like a good excuse for me to leave too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what the fucking hell?
Are we all leaving?
Yeah, I think we're all gonna take off. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Okay. Thank you for having me on.
It was fun.
Bye.
Later.